Welcome back to PH.d TV, and today we'll be going over Ellis 360 Red. As always, we will start with the box. Not gonna lie, this might be kind of a half-done box presentation since Burlington Coat Factory kind of marked this all over the place. So I'll just try and hit the highlights. As you can see, Ellis 360 Red for men. You can find this in that $16.99 area for about a 1.7 ounce bottle. And it does open up like this, just like a little tube to a cap. It goes right into there. And honestly, as I said, it's pretty marked up. You just got some details on the back, but kind of stops there with the box. Onto the bottle. All right, so I'm gonna be honest, this fragrance gets bonus points for creativity in the bottle department. I'm gonna assume you can see they have Ellis etched into the metal part right there, or metal plastic. Yeah, that's definitely plastic. In terms of the base of the bottle, there's nothing super crazy about it. And the cap just pops off the top right here, showing the bottle to be just such. Honestly, it kind of looks like a dirty toy. Onto the atomizer. Atomizer's pretty standard, looks sleek. The Atomizer is good, puts out a lot of juice, but is very directional. It doesn't send out a fine mist, therefore the distribution of the scent may be here and there. But overall, puts out good juice, gets the job done. Okay, so if you're remotely in the fragrance community, you know what this is. You know what this smell is essentially a clone of. You know this is basically Ellis's very successful version of Aqua de Joe, or at least that bloodline, that DNA. And honestly, they did a bang up job at it. And of course, to a trained nose, someone who's been in fragrances for a long time, or maybe even someone who has worn this since Aqua de Joe did come out, which is gonna be a lot of people because it is, if I recall, the most sold men's fragrance of all time. They are not exactly the same. Of course, with this one being as cheap as it is, you're gonna have a little cheaper product in terms of quality, but that's not to say to the average person, you're not getting 95 to 90% of what Aqua de Joe is. It is much more synthetic than Aqua de Joe, even though Aqua de Joe is pretty synthetic to begin with. But honestly, I've tried both, I've had both, and I think the projection is right around the same, if not a bit better with this one with the citrus anyway. Definitely the projection is gonna be a little bit more aggressive, which of course that will vary depending on how much you apply. And the longevity is about the same. And this is for about a quarter of the price. And even though we're nowhere near the end of this review, I will go ahead and tell you, in my personal opinion, you can get away with this and tell people you're wearing Aqua de Joe and get away with it. That's gonna be the whole concept of this review, and that this is going to be an easy grab, a hidden gem, however you want to put it, if you want that Aqua de Joe clone without breaking the bank. And I will be putting up notes from Fragrantica. I'll even put them up for Aqua de Joe and Ellis just so you can vaguely see the comparisons in terms of the main accords as well as the likabilities, because they're all pretty similar. Give or take a few accords, but you can definitely tell how one does favor the other. In fact, if you look at the likability chart, they are identical to each other in terms of how much people love it, the likability, what time of year you wear it in, which this is definitely gonna be summer, spring territory. There is debate with the fall you can wear it with, but once you're in the winter, you put it away till next year. But you do definitely get that citrus and spice to it, primarily citrus. This is citrus in a bottle. And if you know me, this has something that I love, and that is that it is aromatic as can be. I wore this one time over to my buddy's house, and even though he didn't mention anything, his wife said that smells pretty darn good, and then asked where she could get it for him. Just kind of worked out. But yeah, if you like Aqua de Joe, the most sold men's fragrance of all time, but you sometimes feel like that might break a bank, or that might, just hurt the wallet, or you just can't do it at a time, but you're looking around a Burlington Coat Factory and you find a 1.7 ounce bottle, just chilling out for $17, give it a shot. As I said, the whole point of this review is to say, if you don't tell anyone you're not wearing Aqua de Joe, or that you're wearing a Ellis fragrance, which is the 360 Red, no one will know the difference. Unless they have a trained nose. But for the average person, they're not gonna know the difference. Truly, honest to God. My aunt, who considers Aqua de Joe to be what she refers to as LPR, which is an acronym for liquid panty remover. I wore this over and she's complimented me saying, oh, I love the smell of Aqua de Joe. Blew her mind when I told her it was not, and that it was one that cost a fraction of the price. In fact, and I'll put it up here just so you all can see, if you gave this a shot, you liked it, and you were wanting to maybe, like me, look into a bigger and badder bottle for the future, On FragranceNet.com, you can find a 6.8 ounce for a little over $35, which is incredible considering that, as I said, it smells 90 to 95% of what Acqua di Gio smells like, on top to the fact that the longevity is just as good and that it actually projects a little bit better, if not a good bit better, than Acqua di Gio. And that's coming from someone whose skin does not project that well. I'm someone who has to douse his fragrances for the most part because my skin soaks up fragrances pretty quick. This just became right next to one of my bang for my buck cheapies that I will probably have around for a very long time. That's good. And that's my review. If you want something that smells like Aqua, but you don't want to put out a big old price, Perry Ellis 360 Red is for you. And as I said, that's my review. If you like this, please like and subscribe down below. Feel free to share it, and feel free to watch some of my other videos. You can do it now, or you can do it later. Regardless, you do you. And I'll see you next time.